Hey Mike, I remember you wanted to learn the House on Pooh Corner bridge solo thing, and I just kind of had the impulse to work on it today. So yeah, here it goes. I'm gonna play both the chords and then the melody through once really slowly, and then I'll break them both down. So first thing you're coming out of back to the days of Christopher Robin and Pooh. Starts with this D major 7 chord. So those are the changes, and then the solo goes. So if we talk through the chords, you got this D major 7 that's on the 5th fret. You got 5 on the D, 5 on the A, 7 on the D, 6 on the G, and 7 on the B. And then that goes to some B minor chord or B minor 7 chord. You can play it up here, or you can play it down here. It doesn't matter that much. Then I'll go to like a C add 9 chord somewhere. I suppose if you were playing this chord up here, you could play this one here. Where'd you get the D in there? Maybe from... Well, that's a fun way to voice it. If you wanted to voice it up here, I'd use my thumb there on the 8th fret of the E string, pinky 10th fret of the D string, pointer finger 7th fret of the G string, and middle finger, because that's 8th fret of the B string. That's a fun way to voice it. It's a little tricky, but you can do it. But the easy way to do it is just it's kind of the standard C add 9 down here, and then I usually do an A with an added 9th. Oh, I guess it's, yeah, it's a 9th in this case. And it's sort of like just using sort of the G bar, where I guess it's the E shape. Once you put it in a bar form, you move it up to the 5th fret, and then you leave the E and the B strings open. So it's got the C sharp and the B in that chord. It's great. So then it does this funky little thing where it goes D D D D D. It's got a B in the bass, and then it goes in the upper voice. It goes A B minor. So you can either do that down here. You can get this B here and play sort of an A chord here. So it's sort of like 2 2 2 2 on the A, D, G, and B strings, and then go to B minor. You can do that. I tend to like to go, which is sort of like I got my thumb there on the 7th fret of the E string, 7th fret of the D string, 6th fret of the G string, 5th fret of the B string, and then I go to slide it up there so that I have then, what is that, 9th of the D string, 7th of the G string, 7th of the B string. Or you could just do the line there, minor 7 would be there fine as well. Comes out of that, does an E sus4, just D D D, G sharp minor, probably a 7th like you've been doing, and F sharp minor 7, and then that funky chord that I showed you a minute ago when you do A, B, you just like hold that chord. Some people call it the Disney magic chord, some people call it the feel good chord. I mean, it's it's just the point is there's a B and an A triad up here. You can play it down here too. Either one of them will work. So there's your chord changes. Time for the melody. I mean, there's a bunch of different places to finger this. I tend to finger it sort of around this area of the neck because I tend to think you get a nicer tone for it. It's a little bit more subdued. They usually slide into the 7th fret of the B string. Then it goes 7, 8, 10, down to 7 on the D string, 7 on the D string, 9 on, that was 7 on the G string. Then it goes 9 on the D string, and then I hammer on to 9 on the G string. Yep. And then this D right here is going to be really important. That's on the 7th fret of the G string. You need to go hammering out from 6 to 7, and then winding up down there on 7 on the D string. And then you somehow slide into the F sharp again. You can slide up to the one up here, which I did a second ago, or you can kind of slide in again to the same one you started on. So if you're coming from, I kind of just like reach my pointer finger back and wind up right back where I started. I like the tone of this F sharp a little better than this one. This one's a little too dark, but I mean either will really work. You know, everything got so far. Slide right from there. You sort of repeat what you did before. And this is when the E sus4 happens, so you just change the key to E basically. So you're on this E note right here. You want to use sort of the same position you used up here. You want to go 8, 9, 11. And I guess that's 9 on the D string. So it's G, 8, 9, 11, and then 9 on the D string. And then I'll try to catch, I'll try to catch 11, and then on the A string, and then 9 to 11 on the D string. And then I'll go, that would be on the D string, 9, 7, 6, and then you slide from 7 to 9. So that whole second part is, it's going to E. So yeah, that's something of a breakdown of it. I'm not sure if that's what you're looking for, but I think it was. So just, you know, shoot me a little message back to see if that works or not. Until then, have a good one. Bye-bye.